This is a winery, and it's one of 8 places I'm going to be playing at over the next 6 days. I am a full-time gigging musician, and on this video, I'm gonna take you right through the raw realities of life as a gigging musician. We're gonna be playing on the sunny beaches of San Diego. We're gonna be hitting gritty dive bars. We're gonna be all over the map doing 2 gigs in one day, and some crazy things are gonna happen along the way. I know because I just finished day 6, gig number 8, and you won't believe what happened. I forgot my guitar. So let's get right into it. Okay, real quick, Ryan from the future here. So I didn't realize I was doing this challenge until the second day because I picked up a last minute gig that all of a sudden made it so I'd have 6 gigs in a row and 8 gigs total. So I did not really film much from the first day. As a brief recap, I played at Hangar 24 in Irvine. It's a brewery located in a business park, and there were 3 private parties going on. It was literally the biggest crowd I've ever played to, but it was also one of my least favorite performances because not a single person was listening and not a single one of them tipped, which I found kind of crazy. I made good tips last time I played there, so it was just a different crowd. I don't know what the deal was. And that takes us now to day 2, where you'll see me in real time. Day 2, we're heading to Covina. Let's go. So I got a text around 10 o'clock this morning asking if I could do a last minute fill-in gig tonight, and I said yes, which prompted the idea for this video because I played a gig yesterday, I'm playing one today, and then I'm playing one Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I've got basically 6 or 7 days in a row of gigs, which is an all-time record, and I figured I'd document the journey as I am going to each gig. The nice thing about today and yesterday is that without traffic, it takes less than an hour to get to these venues, which is pretty short to me, but it's nice to have gigs close to home because we're gonna be doing a lot more driving going towards San Diego later this week. It's always a fun place to play. They've got, you know, a stage, they've got speakers and a built-in like monitor and PA system. The people there are always super nice, super kind. A pickup gig is a pickup gig, and that's free money that I wasn't expecting, so I'm excited for it. Let's head over there. We're here at Lincoln House. I got a black match woman. I got a black match woman. Cash money, baby. I'm exhausted, but I went from making 0 money today to making $250 out of nowhere. So love those last minute gigs. And someone tipped me $20 and bought a CD, which I haven't had a CD sale in a while. So that felt really good. And I'm glad someone's going to be listening to Eventually It's Okay and some original music out there. That was always a nice feeling. I love playing at this place, Lincoln House. They always have like the nicest people, always tip well, always kind. So gonna be back there in July, so check me out if you want to. Then I'm going to bed. All right, it is day 3, and before we go to the gig, we're in the studio. This is actually my 3rd day in a row in the studio, and I gotta be careful because I'm actually coming off like 2 weeks of vocal rest, and I'm so excited to get back into it, but I want to be very careful, especially with all these gigs we have coming up. And yesterday I was like tracking vocals here for like 2 hours, and then I had the 3-hour gig, and I definitely pushed myself a little bit, feeling it a bit today, but drinking lots of tea, eating lots of cough drops, and I'm just gonna try and do more instrumental songs, work throughout the set list today, and do some extended solos to kind of take it easier on the voice. If you recall, on Wednesday we played at Hangar 24 in Irvine, and today we're going to the OG location, Redlands. Out of all their locations, this is the first one that I played at, the one I played at the most, and it's in a really scenic setting, and there's a really cool surprise when you get there. We're here at Hangar 24. Sheesh, look at that view, god damn. All right, we're here at the venue, and it's hard to tell, but there's a reason it's called Hangar 24, because this OG location is right across from a bunch of airplane hangars, and the venue itself, which is kind of hard to see here, is also a hangar. It's got really cool acoustics, high ceilings, so let's set up and get into it. All right, so we're all set up, but I still got a bit of time before the gig. I always like to get here earlier rather than late and have to rush to set up. So instead, I'm video editing for Autopilot. Why not?
Oh, I'm around just kicks now. Let me kick you like snaps and sits down. Might be over now, but I feel instead.
Wow. So the gig just ended, and it was really good. Like, Okay, so I've been meaning to rank all the gigs, like just out of 10 of like how they went, and like that's just a variety of factors of like what was the vibe for me, how I felt I did singing wise, how the crowd responded, and that sort of thing, and just the overall vibe. I would say first day, Hangar 24 in Riverside, 4 out of 10. I didn't think I sounded that good. Literally no one was paying attention, and it was super hot. The vibes just weren't there. Yesterday at Lincoln House, I said I was doing really good. I would say 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Like, I think I sounded above average for sure. And today at the halfway point, I was gonna say 8 out of 10. I'm gonna bump it up to a 9. It's weird because it's a slow day over at this place, even though it was a Friday. Like, there's a good flow of people, but never too many at one time. But I would say almost everyone like personally came up to me and like gave me a compliment and like seemed to genuinely really being enjoying the music. The crazy thing now is I think I have like at least 6 hours of material, because like I did 3 hours and like barely did any of the songs that I did last night, and it was so much fun because it keeps it interesting. And I didn't do all these. I'm so used to like doing like Superstition by Stevie Wonder, which isn't a bad song and it's fun sometimes, but like I'm worn out of playing it. Last night was like a chill jazzy vibe, and then tonight was like full country, like, and someone gave me a compliment that I sounded like John Mayer. That's always a dub, so very happy about that. I also got to mention I got unexpectedly hooked up with food. Like, all the other Hangar 24 locations have their own kitchen, so you get like food comped in addition to the drink. But here they have food trucks. But the guy was super kind. They're called Choco Wings. Check them out because they were literally the best lemon pepper wings I've ever had. They were like, it was a wet sauce, wet marinade, but super tangy, and like it was still crispy as all hell. The food trucks that just hook me up with food is like genuinely the kindest thing. Like I can't get over that and can't appreciate that enough. At the end of the night, we didn't make that much in tips just because there wasn't that many people. It was $25, but I mean, we get paid $300 here. So ties for Wednesday, where we also made $325. And then yesterday we made $300. So that's 3 days in a row of $300. And that is $900, which is rent in my book pretty much. So that's amazing for 3 days of work. And we still got a lot more gigs to go, and stay tuned for tomorrow because we got one hell of a drive and also a special surprise that you won't have to wait long for, because the next cut will just be me telling you about it. All right, it is day 4 and we have a double header gig, and we're heading to San Diego County. It's a beautiful drive. Let's get going. All right, as I mentioned in the bathroom, we got a double header today, and it is a beautiful sunny day for that indeed. We're heading down to San Diego County, not quite San Diego, but the towns of Vista and Carlsbad. Today, we have a 3-hour winery gig first up, and then a 2-hour brewery gig second up, and they're only an hour apart in terms of performances. So I'm doing the winery from 3 to 6 p.m. and then I have to book it over to the brewery, which luckily is only 1.5 miles away, but for a 7 to 9 show. So basically gonna be playing for 5 hours straight, which I've never done before. The nice thing about this first place we're going to, it's a winery, and it's the only one out of all the gigs I'm doing this week that I haven't been to before. I was supposed to play back in February, but I got sick, so this is like a rescheduled gig. But I always love going to new places, seeing the vibe. I know they got good wine, they got good pizza that I'm gonna get hooked up with, which I'm very excited for. And in addition to the double header, we have a very interesting surprise for tomorrow, which I'll get into tomorrow, but stay tuned for that. Gas stop. First one of the 4 days so far. What the hell? All right, we made it. Not exactly what I was expecting, but I mean, we're not in wine country, so you kind of have these tasting rooms set up. But this is a nice little outdoor area, and these cabana things are actually really cooling it off. So yeah, I'm excited to get going at Burtek Family Vineyards. All set up and good to go. Got the CDs, business cards, QR codes, more QR codes. All right, post-gig check-in from the back of the car. Sometimes it's your performance that makes the gig, and then other times it's the people that make the gigs, and that was definitely the case here. I've never played before, but the staff was so kind, so welcoming, and all the people here were super loving and gracious and kind. They were clapping on every song, and it really makes me want to play better. I didn't think I was as good as yesterday. It's hard because, like I was saying yesterday, you have like the natural reverb of that huge room at Hangar 24 that really amplifies your voice, makes it sound really good, whereas I'm outdoors here, so it can be kind of lost in the wind, so to speak. But it went really well regardless, and I think the second half was stronger than the first. I had a really good original song that I just felt like hit, like even though it was not technically perfect, like it definitely hit emotionally, and I think people felt it. We also made the most money we've made in a single gig today, $300 from Burtech plus $60 in tips. And we're not done yet because it is 6:15. I have to get over to Reedy's brewing company, which is just a mile and a half away, but got to set up at 6:30 because we're going on at 7 in an hour. I'm all warmed up. Good news is the voice is not hurting at all. I feel really good. And this gig went by quicker than any other gig, which was super fun, super helpful, and I hope to be back here soon. Thank you, Burtech. All right, first things first, look at this pizza. Well, can't wait to dig into this, but first we gotta get to Reedy's and set up before we can enjoy it. All right, this is Reedy's. Check it out. They got a full stage. They got these huge speakers, lights, monitors. It's really cool. They already helped me set up. They got their own mics, their own mic stands and everything, and it just makes it really easy and simple. And it's real fun to play here.
Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman been doing to me?
All right, that gig was kind of a roller coaster. I just powered straight through the 2 hours. I went into it feeling like really tired all of a sudden, like almost a little lightheaded and just like very fatigued, not vocally, but just like I was already been standing up for 3 hours. Now I got to stand up another 2 hours. And I wasn't really feeling it, to be honest. Didn't think I was sounding that good or doing that well. And honestly, the first group of people, there was like barely anyone, and none of them were really giving me the time of day, which is totally fair. But like, the more people are into it, the more I want to give my all. But that changed with like an hour or just like 45 minutes left to go. A bunch of new people came in. They were all like very kind, and one group in particular, all 4 of them took like front row seats, and all of them just like faced me, which is like, to me, always the biggest compliment. Like when someone comes in and they're just, instead of facing each other, they both face you, and it's like clear they want to hear you. And like people were very intently listening, like always applauding. They liked the originals, they liked the covers, and that made me feel really good and gave it a good ending. Had multiple people today comment on me having a good voice, which, as I said before, is like a huge compliment to me, like the best compliment you can give me. And another person bought a CD, which is super kind. They said they just want to support me and my music, and like I really appreciate that. Like I said, I haven't had that many CD sales in a while, so anyone who does that and goes out of their way is very kind. I will say the Reedy sound system, it's great. Like having monitors makes such a difference, which I know like at any actual like live music venue you would have monitors, but most of these places I play at, I don't, and it's hard to gauge my own sound. But not only do they have monitors, they have people that are on staff that can mix me and make me sound good. And man, my Blues Junior tube amp has never sounded better when it's mic'd up and coming through those speakers like wailing. So you'll notice I haven't loaded my gear yet because we need to reconfigure the car, because I'm not driving back to LA. In fact, I'm only driving 10 minutes away to downtown Carlsbad, where I'm going to be car camping, because guess what? I have another double header tomorrow. It is much, much easier. The first one is just 2 hours and the second one is an hour, and I'll explain why. But we're playing in beautiful, sunny Carlsbad, just outside San Diego County. It's like a beautiful beach town. But yeah, I'll meet you back at the camp spot. Pizza from Burtech. We got some half and half iced tea from Reedy's. We're gonna be reading this book I'm working on. Not gonna lie, it's kind of a slog. Just went in the water. Best beach day of the summer, maybe the best it will be all summer. The weather is perfect, the water is warm, the waves are huge. Who says we don't have fun when we're gigging and doing all this work? All right, we're in the middle of setting up here, and the reason I love this spot is because one, we're like a block from the beach and the main sort of strip, and so there's tons of people just walking by, and we're in this awesome village square. And so my goal when I play here is always to attract people from the street and get them to come to the restaurant because they like the music. And I've been successful a lot of the time. So we'll see if we can do that today.
Now I'm free, all free falling.
All right, just wrapped up the gig. First hour went really well. Second hour, I don't know, my voice just wasn't clicking. I couldn't find that pocket, didn't feel that great. But we succeeded in our goal because literally the very first song I did, some guy from out there down in the parking lot heard me singing. He came up literally just to tip me. Like, he didn't even come into the restaurant. Like, just was super nice, super kind. His name is LT, shout out LT. He gave me a hug and like just super kind, complimented my voice, gave me a tip. So he heard me from down there, so that was a great feeling and really fun. Now we're gonna enjoy a great prosciutto sandwich, and then I'm gonna head over to Ringers to do just a quick hour set. It's hot out, I'm tired. Let's get to Ringers and do this gig, all right? Alrighty, we're just about set up. This is a real dive bar, legit dive bar. This is like a local spot, it seems like, and dingy in all of the best ways. And I'm surprised they got a stage, so I'm excited. And they're playing like real loud rock music, so we're gonna rock out for an hour real hard, see what happens. And I'm probably not gonna record any video of me playing just because I'm tired and don't want to have to worry about setting up the tripod and a bunch of other stuff, but let's do it. Whew. All right, now I know I said I was tired, but I guess the adrenaline just hits because as soon as I'm on stage, I'm fine, and right now, like, I'm full of energy. It was a really solid hour. I mean, it's easy when it's an hour because it's literally just like, I can just play the hits. I can just play my best songs and like really make an impact. I love playing at dive bars because it's just like, one, it's just such a vibe. It feels like nostalgic to me. And two, I can just like rock the fuck out and just play loud and do whatever. I did some, Zach Bryan and Post Malone, like modern sort of country stuff. And then I did some, classic rock, some blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Hendrix. Went over really well. There was a nice group of people playing pool right over in the corner, and they were all having a great time, and the bartender was really nice as well. Everyone seemed to enjoy it. The overall rating for this gig, 7.5, maybe 7.25, but felt really good, really strong. It was a fun one. Now we just got an hour and a half drive home to LA. Get some much needed rest, much needed shower. I look like shit right now, and then we have one more gig, one more day left. Wow, it's been a journey. Good morning. It is day 6, the final day. We're in the studio. I'm actually heading back to New York for a good chunk of time, so I need to track all of the final vocals. Most of them are done, but I need to track just a few last vocals for this next upcoming single so I can just mix and master that at home. But I'm very excited for today. We're going to Europa Winery in Temecula, but I absolutely love Temecula. There's literally like 50 wineries in like a 2-mile radius, and I get tons of gigs there. It's beautiful out there. I love playing at wineries, and the last time I played at Europa, which was just last month, was generally top 3, one of the best gigs I had. People are super generous. It's absolutely beautiful there. Wait till you see like all they have to offer. It's crazy. And yeah, the voice is feeling good. It felt insanely good yesterday, held up just fine. I think honestly, I was just scared after 2 weeks of vocal rest to like really push myself and use my voice in certain ways, but I've kind of gotten through those kinks, and now I feel back to normal, which is a great feeling. And I'm gonna get to rest it more when I'm home in New York. Love the mountains on these drives. Okay, we're here at the winery. I was gonna give you a tour, but you're not gonna believe what happened. I forgot my guitar. My heart sank. I went to get out my gear. It wasn't there because I took it out of my car to record something real quick today, and I forgot to bring it with me because it's been just in the back of my car for all the previous gigs this week. And I'm like, oh my God, what can I do? Can I do like karaoke songs with no guitar? Is there any place around here that does rentals? Luckily, I know one musician in Temecula. His name's Brian Jensen. He's in an awesome band called Soul Volition. I just called him, and he's gonna bring a guitar for me. Oh, thank you, Brian. Oh my God. Oh, it's so nice too. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. I'm sweating. We're good to go. We're ready to rock. Let's do it.
Walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off the wheel. Walking in Memphis.
All right, folks, we have made it, and it could not have ended in a more climactic way. God damn, that was stressful, and I can't believe I did that, and what a way to end 6 days of gigging. Everyone, please spam in the comments, thank you, Brian. Shout out Brian, and check out his bands, because he's a very talented musician, literally the only person I know in Temecula, and the fact that he just happened, he picked up like right when I called him, and he totally came over and brought the guitar is insane. As far as the gig went, I'd give it like a 5. Like, oh my God, it was so stressful. I made a ton of mistakes because I was flustered the whole time and wasn't my best guitar work. But, you know, overall, I sounded good and people liked it and enjoyed it. We made $250 from the venue, $50 in tips, and now it's time for the final tally, which you've all maybe been waiting for. We've tallied up the checks, the cash, the tips, and we made $2,000. Now, some of you might think that's a little bit, some people might think that's a lot, but to put it in perspective, I played for 20 hours over 6 days, and 2,000 divided by 20 works out to $100 an hour, if I'm doing the math correct, which is well above minimum wage, and like, I'm getting paid to do what I love, and I couldn't ask for anything more than that. We also, in addition to playing for 20 hours, we drove 800 miles total, and of course that definitely adds to the time that I spent getting to these gigs, so you could factor that into the price as well, but we're not going to for the sake of this video. Regardless, thank you for following me along this journey. It gave me a lot of insight into myself and my own thought process, and I hope you, if you're watching, if you're a musician or wondering what gig life is like, I hope it gives an accurate representation of all the emotions I was going through day to day. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It would greatly support the channel, and I would much appreciate it after this long journey. What else is there to say? But thank you for watching. See you around next time. All right, we're celebrating 8 gigs in 6 days. Sergio Snow, Damon Rouge, Benny Broombox, Taco Bell Cantina. See you next time.
Got me feeling nostalgic. I think that I'm falling in love. Got some kind of